Game Up's a hard hydration, an adult beverage with a special blend of electrolytes. Comes in 4 great flavors currently: fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape.
Absolutely. Full flavor, low carb, and only 110 calories per can. And we thank you Game Up for sponsoring the show. Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Ngannou's second fight in boxing.
I think that AJ's gotten back to form after his 2 straight losses to Usyk, and I think that was like 2022. I don't claim to have any deep knowledge on the heavyweight division outside of like the top 4 guys, but I don't think he's fought anyone near the power of Francis, obviously. So after Francis's fight versus Fury, cat's out of the bag. He is a dangerous opponent. I don't think people are going to overlook him. So I really think that AJ, if he's smart, he should be able to pretty easily outbox on the outside Francis. But with that being said, I do think at some point maybe he gets a little bit comfortable, reverts to form, and tries to lean on his power against Francis at some point. And I think it only takes one punch from Francis, that one mistake. I think Francis is patient enough where he's going to catch him. So I'm going to say, I'm obviously very biased. I assume you are as well towards Francis. So this is just how I want this to go. So I'm definitely picking with my heart, but I'm going to take Francis by TKO, and I'll say it makes it to like round 9, pretty late in the fight.
Okay. I have no confidence in this one way or the other to go a certain way for many reasons. I do want Francis to win, but did Tyson Fury take Francis lightweight? That's not to say what Francis did wasn't phenomenal, but it's the same thing like an MMA or any kind of, like, one instance. We only have one boxing match to go. He shocked us, and that's great. And so if you put him in there with some lower level guys who are just starting out, I'm going to like favor Francis big time. But now we need to know, okay, was this lightning in a bottle, or is this the real deal every time he steps out? Personally, I think if he can even hang with Tyson Fury on that level on any given night, then that tells me that he's something special on some level. And we know what he could do in MMA. So basing that on just that one fight and the fact that he's so powerful, and we know AJ does get hit, I'm leaning with you. And I don't think AJ, as good as a technical boxer is, he doesn't move like a Tyson Fury does, right? And that's saying something, because Tyson Fury is a very big man and shouldn't move that way, but he does. Mm-hmm. And so I think for that reason, AJ is very technical and he'll provide some distance and caution. But in the end, I think Ngannou will catch him with that power. Man, I would not be surprised if Joshua keeps distance and is able to outbox him as much as I don't want to see that. Nothing's going to shock me here because it's still just a very new experiment we're watching. But man, I hope, like you, that Francis takes him out, because I think it's just super exciting to see this guy doing what he's doing in MMA and boxing. I know he's got another MMA fight coming up, and I hope he doesn't, I hope his MMA skills aren't diminished either. Like, I hope he's killing it in MMA and boxing, and it'd be really nice to see this double combat sports athlete just shining in this situation outside of the UFC.
Right. What a tremendous story he has so far, like from being in sand mines and then being homeless in France and everything to being world champion, lineal world champion in MMA and this global superstar, and now at the top of boxing as well. So it would just be another feather in his cap, cherry on top of the story, if he can keep winning in boxing.
So Friday, March 8th, 10 a.m. I think they said the card's going to start, and it's estimated these fighters won't be in the ring till about 6 p.m. So keep that in mind. For anyone who's going to watch this, if you want to have it on in the background while you're doing something, might be one of those things to do. It's in Saudi Arabia.
I think it's a $40 pay-per-view on DAZN if you're in America. So
okay. And I mean, at the end of the day, too, it's like, I think Saudi Arabia might be the only place where we're still going to be able to like sanction a guy with only one boxing. Right. So, although Francis wins this fight, and he's 1-1 against 2 of the top heavyweights in the world, we might be seeing him come stateside at some point, too, I have a feeling.
Yeah, commissions don't want to give up that money to Saudi Arabia, I'll tell you that.
Right. That should be a fun card.